Any others? Have you tried making a distress signal? Or a bigger fire?
Getting us out of here should be your focus, not being Susie Homemaker.
You do know you would have died out there.
Yeah, how do you think that would have worked out for you? Are you gonna hunt a boar? Linda from accounting?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews, the first official movie review that I have done in 2026. I know what some of you might be thinking, Luke, what the hell happened to January? The long and short of it is, quite a lot happened in January. I had a lot of personal things going on. I had some not so fun health issues that I was dealing with, but it's all okay now. I'm better, and I am throwing myself into February head first, determined to catch up on all of the films that I've missed. I know some of them I am way behind. I'm probably not going to get a review done for those just because we are way past when they came out. But what I am going to do is kick off this year and kick off February with the newest demented film from Sam Raimi, Send Help. We are introduced to Linda Liddell, an employee in the strategy and planning department at some swanky company. She was promised to be made VP, but with a new hot-headed and arrogant CEO now in charge, he's set on getting rid of the socially awkward Linda. But whilst on their way to Bangkok for a work trip, their plane crashes, leaving only Linda and her douchebag boss Bradley as survivors, left to fend for themselves on a deserted island. And it's here where both experience a major shift in power dynamics. Sam Raimi is a filmmaker like no other. He made his name with the grueling and ridiculous Evil Dead movies, later brought your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man to the big screen, and has lately made a jump into the MCU with the Doctor Strange sequel. But his last horror movie was Drag Me to Hell, a film quite unto itself, and distinctly Raimi in nature, albeit if he somewhat took the wackiness too far. Send Help marks Sam Raimi's return to horror in over 15 years, and I am very pleased to say that Send Help is an infinitely entertaining survival horror movie. My biggest suggestion is go and see this with a crowd. I went in a packed screening and everyone in the audience was audibly reacting to the wacky twists and gnarly turns that the screenplay incorporates. It is occasionally silly. It's a Sam Raimi film. You're gonna get those moments. He throws some wild jump scares at the screen that are pretty goofy looking models that you end up laughing as opposed to actually being scared or gasping at. But thankfully, we are not in that territory of talking goats from Drag Me to Hell. Raimi still has his flair for the theatrical, though. There are some fantastic editing choices that do intentionally make us laugh, particularly to do with the desperation of survival experienced by the character of Bradley, played by Dylan O'Brien. And it's in those two central performances where Send Help really soars. Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien are tremendous in this film. McAdams plays the awkward loner type well, but when unleashed on the island, watching her transform into the ultimate survivor, gaining confidence and holding that power over Bradley is a treasure trove for an actor like McAdams to explore. In my opinion, she has all the potential in the world to go down as a beloved modern horror icon. And I have been a champion of Dylan O'Brien for what feels like ages now. To this day, I really don't understand how he is not a bigger deal, how he is not headlining blockbuster level movies. And his performance in Send Help only really cements that thought even more. O'Brien is unafraid to go big, whether he's hamming up that arsehole CEO prick with a cackle of a laugh, or scrambling like a rabid dog to cling onto whatever inch of survival he can. He is brilliant in this film. But what I appreciated most, and it is predominantly down to the excellent performances and a very clever script, is that I did find myself flip-flopping now and again over who I'm actually rooting for in this scenario. At first, it's quite easy to root for Linda. She's overlooked, she's bullied in the office, but then once on the island, she has gained a new lease on life. She is thriving and has the upper hand for what might be the first time ever. As the film progresses, Bradley, he opens up more and shows a little bit more vulnerability, and it's Linda who becomes kind of the nightmarish CEO of the island. The screenplay is also completely self-aware of its own sense of pacing. Whenever the movie is threatening and teetering on that edge of slowing down, that is when the script throws in another obstacle to overcome, or gives us a major curveball that completely shifts everything. Therefore, the pacing never drops, and our investment remains at a consistent high. So yeah, Send Help is a lot of fun, but let's not think that we're reinventing the wheel here. By the time the third act dawns and the story levels out, it becomes fairly predictable as to what our overall endgame is. And another point that I will add is that I've been saying that Send Help is a horror. It is. It's not very scary. I will say, it is very gross in places. Not necessarily gore, but in typical Sam Raimi fashion, he is throwing every single bodily fluid that you could probably think of and splashing it all over the actors and the screen. As far as kicking the year off goes, Send Help starts it out with quite a bang. Horror fans will enjoy this darkly funny Sam Raimi ride, and I think the excitable nature of the film and the electric pacing will please the general movie-going audience too. Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien are giving some of their best work, totally having a riot with their characters. But most of all, this is a definitive Sam Raimi film, where you can just tell he is having so much fun behind the camera. And as a result, I had bundles of fun too. So, I'm going to give Send Help a 7.5 out of 10. Anyway, guys, those were my thoughts on Send Help. Let me know, have you had a chance to see the film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, nice and simple this one, what is your favorite Sam Raimi film? For me, it's hard not to immediately call out Spider-Man 2, but if we're wanting to just remove the superhero films from the equation, I would have to go for the original Evil Dead. I am one of those people that prefers the original, The Evil Dead, over Evil Dead 2. I could appreciate what Evil Dead 2 was going for, but I much preferred the darker, more sadistic levels that the Evil Dead reached. But that is all the time we have for today, so thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.
Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.